Man, we are here in the lobby in front of one of our beautifully decorated trees, and we're just grateful for the team that led out on getting this done, getting our wreaths up. To our left, right over here, and I'll put a picture in the frame so you can actually see it, is a really nice photo op for families, friends to get in there and get a nice Christmas picture. I think I saw you guys doing that Sunday. So,
yeah, good COVID Christmas, get the pic with the masks on and stuff.
That's right. Yeah.
We will actually permit, we can keep people away from that far enough that, you can take the masks off for the actual picture, get a good family Christmas pic at the church.
I would suggest doing one with a mask and one without, because we definitely want to capture this moment in time. This is a Christmas like no other. And so but we just want to make sure you're aware of that. It's here in the lobby. Take advantage of it when you're here for whatever reason, but certainly on Sundays if you're on campus for worship, get your crew over there and get a great looking pic and send it out. Share it with us. Share it on our Facebook page. We'd love to see it if you don't mind. Just push it out there for us and let the world know. So anyway, so it is definitely a Christmas season here at OCC. And this Sunday we launch into our Christmas series called Pathway of Peace. And we've talked about this a little bit, not so much publicly yet, the specific word of verses 2. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah. And there's actually a both and in this. That there is a pathway to peace, but then there's the pathway of peace. So there's a way we arrive at peace, and then there's a way that we sustain peace along the pathway. Yeah. And in Zechariah's prophecy over John the Baptist, and as he prophesies the imminent arrival of Jesus, just months away at that point. Zechariah was John the Baptist's dad, and he's prophesying at the birth of his son. And he says that John will be a messenger, a prophet of the Most High God, and that he will show us the pathway of peace, that he will show us how to follow Jesus, basically is what he's hinting at there. He's going to be the one to pave the way and point out who Jesus is. And so we see just a few chapters later in Luke's gospel how that all plays out. But it's that language that Zechariah uses in defining that moment that will show us the pathway of peace. Because sometimes we find that we come to Jesus and, there's peace in that moment. Yeah. But how do we sustain that peace? What is it that keeps peace going? Because peace can feel elusive at times. It can feel like it's escaping us. And we want a sustained peace, and we want to walk along a pathway where peace continues. So that's what we're going to be unpacking the next couple of weeks and even on Christmas Eve. Yeah,
looking forward to that. So, this Sunday, the 13th, then the 20th, and then our Christmas Eve service. So we'll talk about Christmas Eve a little bit more here in a minute, but that's sort of the overarching teaching theme for us in the weeks ahead. In addition to that, we've just got some great stuff continuing to roll out online with our online resources. The Luke devotional coming to you every day, 8:30 in the morning. It goes up on our Facebook page, and then it's available through our website. But our staff and elders are kind of taking turns reading through the book of Luke, and just been encouraging for me, hopefully for you all out there. Great way to start your day. Just take 10, 12 minutes, listen to the reading, and then at the end, whoever does the reading shares just a few insights on the book of Luke. And so today, for instance, chapter 9 from one of our elders, Greg Leathers, shares today. So if you haven't checked that out, be sure and do that sometime each day. Just build that into your routine. For families, especially if you got kids, jump into our Advent calendar. That's just another great way to daily build in a routine of preparation for Christmas and the arrival of Jesus. Advent, is just this preparation time and anticipation time for Jesus coming. And so that's a great resource through our children's ministry that they've provided. So be sure and check that out. We had a great evening this past Sunday that was kind of a launch to our Christmas season with the Sacred Winds concert. I know you're a trombone player. I'm a trumpet player. We had a great appreciation for that concert Sunday night, didn't you?
And it was great. When I was a kid, my parents parents would take me to the symphony
Yeah.
just a few times a year, and actually it had been a while since I'd been to a concert like that, and it's the first time I'd gone since my dad had passed.
Yeah.
And first time I've been to a live musical performance other than a worship set on Sundays, which is not really performance, that's engaging. We're participating in worship. So first time I'd been to a concert like that since COVID and before. And so there are actually a couple times during the night where I found myself choking up a little bit, and it was that the music was beautiful. It was so well done. Was evoking some great memories of my childhood. That they were happy tears, tears of joy, not a sadness.
Yeah.
Just some great memories, and man, beautiful night.
Yeah. Yeah. And I shared with the folks that evening when we kicked off, just, when we built this facility in this campus 16 years ago, we wanted to be able to maximize its use for a variety of things and to be open more than just on Sunday morning, but throughout the week for different things. And this was just another unique example of how we can glorify God with this campus and use it to bless the community and engage with, groups like Sacred Winds who these were folks from kind of all over the southeast part of the country, and they were able to come and use their talents and use their gifts. So just grateful for the chance we had to host that. So it was a great start to our season. We dive into the series this week. We've got the Luke Devos. We've got the Advent calendar going on. When we arrive here in a few weeks at Christmas Eve, just sort of the culmination, really, hopefully, a month-long celebration. And so just a reminder, December 23rd and 24th, 2 evenings, identical services over the course of 2 days, 4 and 7, and then 4 and 10, and just can't wait for that. We want to talk to folks out there who have kids, because this will be a reopening for that special occasion of our children's programming, specifically Fitz. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so if you have kids, one of the things we'd encourage you to do, if you feel comfortable dropping your kids off, and we're following all the safety protocols, and we've got all the safety stuff in place, and volunteers and everything, so kids will be safe. But we know some families, they still are going to choose to participate online, or they want their kids with us. Sometime on those special occasions like Christmas, they want their kids sitting with them, and that's okay too. But we will have specific children's programming for the kids, not just babysitting them, but programming for them to engage in an age-appropriate way. But if you're going to participate in that, let us know. Get registered as soon as possible. Let us know which of those services you're coming to, 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock, or 4 o'clock, 23rd and 24th. Let us know which service you'll be bringing your kids to, so that we can plan accordingly and have enough room for the little ones. Also, to those out there who would serve, what a great opportunity to give a gift to other people by serving in that way, or serving in any of the other ways we have available for people at our Christmas services. It's the season of giving, and part of that is, we can give of our time and give of our talents, not just of our treasures. And so jumping in to give a service or two at Christmas Eve would be helpful.
Yeah, so here's what you need to do if you want to get your kids registered, and we encourage you to do that today. It may be really hard to even a few weeks out or 10 days out, however long from Christmas Eve it is, lost track of time, but to decide which service you're going to go to. That sometimes we don't decide these things until the day of or in the last minute. So we're asking you to kind of try to plan ahead a little bit so you can get your kids registered. Just go through our Everything Christmas page. That red Christmas button there on the events page, and you'll find the registration button right there. Super easy. I'll put all that on the screen here so you can see it. Go ahead.
It's funny. As you're talking, it reminds me that we often bump up against this cultural concept. It's often unspoken, but it's there, called the Camus. And Camus just means keep my options open. KMOO. And so if you're a Camuser, you're in good company. I'm a Camuser. I like to keep my options open. Plan at the last minute. I tend to be a little bit more impulsive, a little less planning. Sometimes drives my wife nuts, especially on vacations. or on little day trips. But you know, Camus is not always the best approach to life.
Yeah.
And it's not always the most helpful for other people.
Yeah.
And so go against your tendency. If you're a Camuser, go against your tendency to keep your options open. Go ahead and plan now and nail down the option. You still have control over it. So control your options. Just do it a little bit earlier for us.
Well, it's a great way to be a blessing to others, starting with our team and volunteers so that they can be prepared. But then also a big push, Christmas Eve and the same at Easter is for our community. And we want to be as open and welcoming and accommodating for our guests as possible. And so we're talking to our OCC folks right now. You can help make that happen by planning ahead and going ahead and getting your kids registered. So then we know what we've got to fill from a volunteer standpoint and how many slots we can make sure are open for our guests. Because at the end of the day, we want you to invite, all right? Don't just make your plans. Consider how you can invite someone else into that. And whether that's taking yard signs, and helping spread the word. We've got plenty of yard signs still available. Social media invites, all the different ways that you can help spread the word both to the masses as well as, most importantly, those you're closest with. That circle of influence of people, starting with your family, and then extending beyond that, your coworkers, your neighbors. Who can you and who will you invite to one of these services? That's why we do what we do, so more people can find and follow Jesus. So that's what this is all about. All right. We hope that we'll enjoy the service, but first priority is bringing others into the kingdom, others into this experience so they can meet Jesus. So go to work, use this opportunity, leverage it to make the most of it for others. And man, you'll be blessed. The kingdom will be blessed by that. So looking forward to Christmas Eve. It will be here soon, all right? Now, let's spend the rest of our time.
Sooner than some of us may be anticipating.
Yeah.
Like if you haven't finished getting your gifts, or if you haven't started, more importantly, if you've not started, it's time to get on it.
That's right. Yeah. All right. So let's spend the rest of our time here celebrating a really great day this past Sunday. We talked about Sunday night and Sacred Winds. Let's talk about Sunday morning as we wrapped up the Making Change series and the culmination of that with really a significant challenge. Let's talk about that, Fitz.
Yeah, it was one of those challenges that's fun to give.
Yeah.
Because the challenge, the 90, if you missed it, you can go. We encourage you to go back and watch it, watch the service and engage with it. But the challenge was the 90-day giving challenge, 90-day tithe challenge. And try tithing for 90 days, for 3 months, if you've not done it before, and test God. Like he says in his word in Malachi, test me on this, bring the whole tithe into my storehouse, and see if I won't open up the windows of heaven and pour out more abundant blessing on you than you can even contain. Try me. Test me, God says. And so that was the challenge we gave, which was fun because I got to give a challenge, and it really wasn't from me. It was from God. I just got to be the messenger of it.
Yeah.
And, that's a bold challenge because to go from, for some people, 0 to 10%, that is a significant jump. And even to go from 2 or 3% up to 10, go from 9 to 10. I mean, any kind of increase is significant. We feel that, but we're convinced that God is good at His word, man, and that He makes good on His promises. And so, with that challenge, we just know God will do what He says He's going to do. He's going to bless you, and that blessing might not look financial in your life. It will probably bring other kinds of blessings. But man, what an awesome, joy-filled kind of thing. So with that, we issued the challenge, and we've had lots of people take us up on it so far. Been very encouraging. And there's still time to take us up on it. If you missed Sunday or you weren't sure as you left here Sunday if you were going to do it and God is still nudging you, you haven't missed the opportunity. You can still fill that out. We'll put the link here, and you can still jump in on that challenge. And we know We know what time of year it is. We know it's Christmas time. We know that it is COVID crazy season. But what better time to say, God, I trust you fully and completely with everything I have. If I can trust you with my salvation, I can trust you with my possessions and everything else. God, it's yours. I'm going to test you. I'm going to trust you, and I'm going to see what happens. And the beauty is, at the end of 90 days, if you think God hasn't pulled through on his end, you can ask for it back, and we'll give it to you. No strings attached, no hassle, no questions. I won't even know. But one of the things that was really cool about Sunday, I want to make mention of this too, wasn't just that we had people sign up to do it, but we had a number of people step up in bold ways on Sunday, to the point where we had the largest offering on a non-special Sunday that we've had in nearly 4 years.
Yeah.
Now, if you've been around OCC for any length of time at all, you know that 4 years ago was a different season for this church. We've seen some things happen in the last few years. So 4 years ago, it was not quite as unheard of. But that single Sunday offering was $65,000.
Yeah.
And man, that was just really encouraging to see on a normal Sunday. I mean, yeah, we issued a challenge, but to see our people step up and show up in that way to say, we're going to trust God. Here we go. How encouraging. How stinking encouraging, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll add humbling to that. You know, when we step back and see what God does. And I think Sunday Fitz is just a glimpse, right? You know, I think that first communication of the challenge. Today's a follow-up. We'll talk more about it Sunday and in the weeks ahead, because I think God's just getting started. And so if you're one of the folks that signed up for it, way to go. That's this thing we talk about, immediate
Bold,
obedience,
courageous faith.
And
proud of you.
And if you're still in that, maybe this is the first you're hearing about it, or you're digging deep, you're letting God work on you. Let him keep doing that, and be ready to act on that faith. And here's all you got to do is just jump on our website, look for the generosity button at the top of the page, and just start there. Click that, and that'll open everything you need to know. And just look, there'll be a button that says 90-day challenge. Open that up. It's all right there. If you're in person this next Sunday and aren't comfortable on the web with any of this stuff, we'll have hard copies right over here at our information counter. Just stop by and see one of the folks. They'll hand you an envelope. It's all right there. And anything else, please call us, reach out to us so we can help coach you through this, encourage you through it. But man, some awesome things are ahead, and I'm excited about 21, man. It's right around the corner. But as I talked about 2 weeks ago, in the planning part of this whole series, no doubt, one day at a time kind of faith, one step at a time, while at the same time we are looking ahead and we are planning. We're working with our team right now to make sure that first quarter 2021 is locked in. We've got a plan, some exciting things like Financial Peace University, is going to be available, and you'll hear more about that, and getting not just you maybe as an adult, but your whole family. How about putting your kids into a class type setting, a seminar where they can learn at their level about managing money at an early stage and start building that foundation. We're going to offer all of that starting in January.
And JC, that's such an important concept there. As we look ahead, my parents did a fantastic job of managing their money, living way below their means, and living in a way that they could bless their kids and bless others. And what a great example. But the funny thing was, we didn't talk a whole lot about it as a family. We saw what mom and dad did, but and this is not a knock on my parents, it just wasn't a thing where they were thinking to teach us and to show us exactly how to do it. And so it was kind of learning by osmosis and learning by observation. But what a blessing it would have been for for me, if I would have been able to say, oh, this is how and why, and learn from them a little bit more. So as you say, the opportunity for an entire family, I can think of not many more blessings than getting your kids to sit down and see how you will respond to God and to handle finances and go through all that together as a family. And if it challenges you to be in that challenge with your kids and to be transparent with them, that kind of thing only opens up more conversation with your kids. When they see that you let them into those areas of life, they're going to start letting you into some of their areas of life. And just good things come from that. So many avenues for God to work on our faith and grow our faith. I said it Sunday, I'll say it again, that this really is not about money. Right. It's really about our hearts and about our trust, primarily our trust in God, and primarily about letting God move the other idols aside so he can have the primary place in our life. And it's just the way we do that. So.
Yeah. Awesome, man. We could go all day,
Good, man.
And we appreciate you guys hanging with us today. We'll wrap it up right here, and encourage you just again stay in tune with all of our information rolling out on social media, our website, here on campus each week at 9:30 and 11. All right, so you guys have a great rest of the week. We will see you Sunday morning. God bless.